Hello everyone, we are back with another video. With another video comes another challenge completed. And the one I completed recently was doing a keto diet for 30 days straight. And fortunately, we did get it done. Now, basically with the keto diet, to break it down simply, is not eating carbs, or at least limiting it. There's a lot of variations with keto diet to the degree of how much carbs you intake. I guess you can't say it's a pure keto diet if you're intaking some carbs, but for the most part, people still consider that a keto diet, even though you have very small intake of carbs. And a lot of carbs consist of bread, rice, um, pasta, grain, and if you're not eating that, mostly you're eating a lot of fat, a lot of healthy fat, protein, meat, avocado. For me personally, the diet that I really had was a lot of fish, a lot of chicken. I had some bacon, and a lot of avocados almost every day, eating a lot of nuts, a lot of almonds, peanuts, pecans, and I think that was pretty much it. There were maybe other types of proteins and maybe some olive oil for cooking the meat and all that, but yeah, that was pretty much it. And so yeah, this diet was pretty challenging. As you can see in this Excel sheet, I did complete it every day. This was 2-3 months ago where I started the challenge. I did try to calculate a carb intake, but it was pretty much a guesstimate, and some of the foods that I ate, including like cheese or beef jerky, mostly the beef jerky. So I noticed the beef jerky had a little bit of carbs in there. So, that's where like some of these carbs that I inputted or kept record of probably came from that. Or I noticed some nuts had a little bit of carbs in there, and I just took that into account. But this was like a guesstimate. It was pretty loose, and at some point I just stopped keeping count since I wasn't really taking it seriously. I know there's a very small intake of carbs here and there during this challenge, but again, it's very small. Eating no rice, no breading. If there's any type of carbs, it was probably in maybe the beef jerky or some of the meat. I know when I ate some meat, there was some bread covers, breadcrumbs over the meat. Just a couple occasions when I ate the meat like that, and I know there's some carbs in there too. But other than that, the carb intake was very small. I ate very few carbs, if I did, on any of the days. So again, it's just a lot of fats, a lot of avocados, a lot of meat, almost every meal. And most of the meals that I ate at home. It was cooked at home, made, and with this challenge, with the keto diet, it was very hard to eat out because there's just not a lot of restaurants where they make a lot of keto meals for you. And if they do, there's a little bit of carbs. I mean, they allow a little bit of greens. I ate a little bit of greens on some of the days, on some of the meals, but I did restrict myself from eating greens because they did have some carbs. But it was good, to have some greens because of the intake of fiber. Because when I was in this keto diet, it was very hard for the food to go down my digestive system and to get to get it all out of my system. So um, the bowel movements were tough unless the greens were added to the meals. So there'll be occasional salad here and there, but I would even restrict from the greens as well as the rice. I don't eat that much rice, but it is part of my meal. But for this challenge, I didn't eat any at all. Greens are definitely a big part of my diet, and for me to not have greens during this month, it was kind of tough too. So yeah, it's just a lot of eating at home, a lot of meat, a lot of avocado, eating a lot of nuts or snacks, not eating fruit. Now that was tough too, because I do eat a lot of fruit. Fruit is delicious. And also to mention, not eating sugar. So no carbs, no sugar, drinking a lot of water, because this diet did make me a bit more dehydrated. I have researched, and it has been shown that you're more likely to get kidney stone because of, I guess, the lack of water in your diet. So I just drank a lot of water. My body forced me to. I was always thirsty. So that's one thing I noticed. And the goal obviously was to see how this diet was for me. It was pretty tough, but I was able to adjust. My body was able to adjust as long as I stayed disciplined and drink a lot of water. I didn't experience any kidney stones, so that was good. And I felt pretty good. I know the whole point with this diet is for you to burn the fat, not rely on carbs, so you could lose a little bit of weight, lose a little bit of fat. And I think during this period, I did lose about 10 pounds. So I think I was at like 170 in the very beginning of the diet, and then went down to 160. So, it did help. I know a lot of people say you really feel the effects when you actually do it for like 2 to 3 months. But with my challenges, I know I only do it for 30 days, so I thought 30 days is good. It was a good amount of time to complete this challenge. If I were to do it any longer, I'd probably lose more weight, but I'd be pretty miserable because it's not ideal. Kind of sucks with the social life if you're gonna eat out a lot and hang out with friends, because you're limited on places you can go, because you can only eat a certain amount of food, and so that kind of sucked. But having the restriction and the discipline to refrain from eating certain food, having that self-control, it's good practice to have. And so I managed to lose a little bit of weight. I don't know if this is something I would want to apply long term. Maybe if I want to lose weight quick in a span of 2 months, this might be something that I would implement again. But in the meantime, I don't see myself doing it. So pretty much that's my overall thoughts, my overall experience with having this keto diet, and it could be something I apply sometime in the future if I want to lose weight in a quick period of time. But it would have to be quite an adjustment to my lifestyle and to my eating habits, because you're definitely cutting out a lot of food that I enjoy eating. And so this is I believe the first challenge that I've done this year that has to do with diet. And I am doing another one in the time being, which is to eat 1 meal a day. And once I complete that, I will tell you all about it and my experience with it. So in the meantime, I hope you enjoy videos like these. I hope to put out more content, doing many more challenges that could be a more positive, or have a more positive effect on my life, or just challenge me to do things that are a bit more uncomfortable. But that is it. That is my reflection on the 30-day keto challenge. And maybe, you know, this feedback could be helpful in making a decision whether you want to do this diet or not. I think it's at least worth trying if you haven't done it at all, and maybe you could lose some weight in a short period of time. So the only thing is, you know, if you do a diet like this in a short period of time, you lose the weight, there's always this tendency to gain it all back. So hopefully after that, you can keep a healthier lifestyle with your diet and sustain the weight that you have lost. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. If you like it, please drop a like. If you like more content like this, subscribe, and I will make sure to add more videos like this. But till then, we'll see you next time.